Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, my name is Lynn. I am an overseas student from Vietnam who had the privilege to live and work in the UK for 11 years. I am now working as a pharmacist, and in this year I've decided to take a gap year from working full-time as an employed pharmacist to give myself the headspace so I can read as many books as possible and I can learn about life, personal finance, so I can share it with you guys in this channel. And in this video today, I would like to share with you 9 lessons that I've gathered from reading The World Changing Order by Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio portrays how the order of the different country has been done throughout history, and it's really interesting. I never thought that I enjoy learning about history as much as I did, and apart from all the investment and all the financial advice that I've gathered from the book, I've also learned a lot of principles that Ray Dalio had put in the book, and here are 9 lessons that I hope that you find them useful. Principle number 1 is to understand the world that we're living in. Well, everything's are interconnected. They're always going to be cause and effect that we are going through. As an example, we might be talking about inflation, and it's impacted by the pandemic and impacted by the war between Russia and Ukraine, and how it's affecting our living cost, and the value of the money is reducing. So we're working hard, but we just manage to keep up with our basic need. We can also supporting other people as well who are financially worse off, preparing for the global recessions or the economic downturn that's heading into us, and what should we do and how is it impact not just for us but the people surrounding. Not to saying that to stress us out more, but actually the more we are prepared, the more we know about it, the more we can do a better preparation to future-proof ourselves and the family and the people that we know, and we can share with them so that they can be more equipped and they can make an informed decision so that we can overcome these challenges that might be heading to us very soon. Principle number 2 is never to be wiped out by anything, whether in work or in life. And I guess I can give you a story of my mother-in-law, because she had stroke last year when she was 62. She managed to recover from it really quickly, but at the age of 63, she used to work as in a care home as the support worker, and the job involved into quite physical manual handling. Now she's moving in with us. She managed to recover. She can walk by herself. She managed to do basic need, to take care of herself, but and she's not at her retirement age yet, and she cannot access to pension or all of the benefit that they can if you are at the retirement age. So she was at the verge of deciding whether she should go to work in the job that everything that she ever known, or should she just stay with us. And the benefit of being able to go back and earn a living from the job is outweighed by the risk that she might fall over. And so we decided not to go with that. We can just be living frugally and save money so that we can provide accommodation for her, to take care of her until she reach her 67, until she can access the state pensions and all of the employee pension that she can. And is also giving her the opportunity to explore the world. She's been working all her life to take care of her children. Going back to work, she might be putting herself at risk. The job is too much physical for her. She might be able to do it before, but she won't be able to do it right now. Or for me, when I decided to take a gap year from pharmacy, I can just carry on working as the local pharmacist, so I still get the exposure into the pharmacy, the healthcare world, and again, but not too much that I have the headspace to keep learning and other interesting topic and other really useful lessons that I did not know about. For example, just reading through all these interesting books from Ray Dalio, the books or the lesson that I am sharing you now, I would have not had the headspace to explore further and learn about this should I just still carry on with my manager role and taking actual workload home. But I still don't want to give it all up, and still having to give myself the option to be able to do it just a few days a week. So that's just the principle number 2, and using the example of my mother-in-laws and myself. Principle number 3, so Ray Dalio again, he recommended this is the most important principle for us in work or in life or in investing. He used an example, ancient Chinese saying is that a smart rabbit have 3 boroughs, and that we should always diversify, whether it's our work, it's our investment, or it's our life. And I could use myself an example again, using pharmacy as an example. I could just be a pharmacist and work and progressing and getting to that career progression and just stay and be a pharmacist for the rest of my life. Or I could just put that on hold and learn other useful investment strategy, or learn other skills, transferable skills that could be beneficial for me, so that I can optimize my earning. Having COVID when I was really poorly and having long COVID, and I know that my energy level is not as much. I know that I cannot just keep trading my energy, my labor to earn a living. As much as I love the job, I love to be able to use the expertise that I have to support patients recover quicker. I know that there is a limited amount of time and energy on earth, and I need to be responsible for not just myself but also my family. And again, I keep saying that I am an optimistic person, but I've also worked in healthcare, and circumstances can always change. There might be a diagnosis that I might find out would stop me from working full-time, so that the more skills that I can learn to be able to make the salary, the money that I've gathered, that I can earn from trading my time for money, if I can put it into good use, so that the money can earn the interest, and the interest can earn the interest itself, and it will compound over time, so that if the worst case scenario does happen to me, I would not be swiped out financially, and it buys me enough freedom and enough time so that I can learn other skills to be beneficial to me. And having that status to live in the UK with a visa, I am now able to travel to live other countries, so that if something that happen in one country, I can go to live in other country and also be able to speak English fluently. I will be able to communicate with other people. If I manage to settle and build a perfect lifestyle as I am now, I can also using the same principle to be able to go to other country and set up from the beginning to build another lifestyle that will be beneficial to me. Principle number 4, it probably will be linking to principle number 3 when we're talking about diversification in life and investment. And principle number 4 is that we should prepare for end of the world portfolio. We are so lucky to be able to live in peace for a long time. We should never underestimate human stability. We are not hoping it will happen, but if we are planned in advance, whether it's end of the world happen, we are so prepared that we are not going to be swiped out totally, and we still manage to stay in the game. Like, if you haven't done so, please go back to the previous video when I give 5 strategy how we should adjust our portfolio in this new highly inflation economy. Again, I used that example before, that we are doing our car MOT every single year, and we also need to apply the same principle into our financial MOT to keep revising as we get a pay rise, or if we get a pay deduction, or circumstances changes. So make those adjustments as we go through in life, so that we are always have a portfolio that ready for us, that enough to that we are paying to the future. Principle number 5 by Ray Dalio is that we have to plan our future by following the assumption that we will be wrong a lot. There will be a lot of uncertainties that could happen, whether it's illness, war, pandemic, inflation. Try to protect yourself and your family from all of these circumstances, and we've probably seen that within the last 5 years recently with all of the changes that are happening in our life. We was born in peace, and there isn't anything certain that's happening to us, but this could happen at any moment in time. And but it might sound depressing thinking about the worst case scenario, but you can actually change that perspective and look at it as celebrating too, knowing that you have provided a strong foundation to safety net your family, and it will enable you to tolerate more risk. It's also provide a safety freedom and for yourself to have the ability to go for big result, achieve bigger goals, because with greater risk come with greater return, and risk always come with opportunity. And if we always look at the picture, if we manage to as we say before, have an end of the world portfolio. Our basic need is met anyway, so we're not gonna be stressed out. Principle number 6, Ray Dalio is a very successful person, and he is successful because he know what he doesn't know, and by knowing that what he doesn't know, he trying to triangulate with a lot of smart people. And I have looked at that example and knowing that actually have I given myself the opportunity to surround myself with smart people, the people who thinking about a bigger picture. And actually we are so fortunate to be able to live in the world where we can connect to smart people. We are the product of our environment. We are the average of 5 people we spend the most of our time with. So why not we use the advantage that we can connect with any smart people. We can listen to them on YouTube, we can read about them on their blog with their bibliography. Principle number 7 is to put delayed gratification in front of instant gratification. And we are living in a world when majority of us, if we do take part in the marshmallow test, we probably will be fail, and I know that I'll be failing it straight away, and I would just want to eat that marshmallow straight away. We want everything to happen to us right now. We want to be rich now. We want to achieve financial freedom now. We want to be able to retire now. So everything's about now, and knowing that is the weakness that I want to overcome, and I want to build that delayed gratification so that I can remove all that impulse to be able to build a better future for myself and for my family in the future, which is the delayed gratification. Again, going back to the quote that I mentioned from the last video, if we can live a few years like most people want, we will be able to live the rest of our life like most people can. So the final principle from Ray Dalio is that we need to change our environment. So knowing that in order to triangulate with smart people, we need to be surrounded with smart people, and it also helps us to test our thinking. They also help us to remove ourselves from the blind spot of thinking that we have, and wind thinking to the smarter people. So why not make the most of it? That's it. That's all for me today. These are some of the lessons that I have gathered, some principles, some valuable principles that I've gathered. Principle for dealing with the world changing order, why nations succeed and fail. Principle I find it very helpful that could be applied to us in work, in life, and in investment decision. I hope you find them useful. If you have managed to learn even just one lesson from the video, why not like and subscribe to my channel? Thank you very much for listening to it, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Take care and goodbye. And if you haven't bought the book yourself, I strongly recommend you, if you find this principle helpful, get your hand into the book by Ray Dalio, and I'm sure you will be able to pick up other helpful principles that Ray Dalio have described throughout his book. Thank you very much again for listening, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Take care and goodbye.